Hello, my divine darlings. It's your girl Narisse, back again with another live stream. Not my TV being mad loud. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I was thinking that my TV wasn't going to be like super loud because I was listening to Market Monday on Earn Your Leisure because it's on brand for me to listen to personal finance um, podcasts and motivational stuff on Thanksgiving while doing work and not celebrating Thanksgiving. But I took some time to relax for a second because I worked with like 4 hours and a half straight. And I was like, okay, I'm hungry. So I'm going to eat my meal. Um, because I did my meal prep for this week. So, and I finally did it in a way where it's like, okay, I got enough for the week, right? Because the budget is a little tight where we're up and coming. Um, but anyway, yeah, my TV was just mad loud. So, but I was like, okay, maybe because I know it can't pick up on the mic, but I can hear it, and I was like, okay, this shit is loud as I'm trying to talk. Either way, I'm back on here. I'm very close to finishing the newsletter. First of all, I was just having a moment afterwards, just like, girl, look at all the shit that you do. Like, once I made the decision to really pursue this, like, for real, I don't know. I just feel like, not that shit got easier, because people still get on my nerves and there's still shenanigans that happens. But, there's little nuggets of like, okay, here's the next step, here's the next step, here's the next step. And, I'd be a little weary of that because I'm like, I don't know. Y'all be sus to me. And my thing is, I'm not going to fall into the trap of being okay with mixed signals and mixed signs and behaviors. Like, you can't act like you helping me and then attack me at the same time. Like, it's just not going to work for me. Like, I show up with love. Like, I get pissed off and I buck back, but I don't go into circumstances thinking like, okay, what agenda or how can I put a chess move together? And I understand like that's something to keep in mind in business when I elevate. But, it's just tough when, even the people that's supposed to be in your corner are people that you have to look out for. And again, like I understand that's even a part of the game too, but like I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's not something that I ever thought I would have had to deal with years ago. Like, girl, everybody going try to kick your back in. And, and the whole like teetering between like, oh, this is preparation type of thing. Um, but nah, it's just certain shit where it's like, okay, there's a line and people have crossed it. I'm like, this was the line and motherfuckers is over here. And then like trying to be like every now and then sprinkling like, oh, this is, you know building you or training or whatever. It's not said but it's implied, or like, there's those occasional hocus pocus helpful things. And it's like, I don't give a fuck about no helpful shit if it's wrapped in toxicity, period. I'm like, all right, I'll peep that and I'll take that, but I don't trust you, and my trust must be earned if anybody feels that they'll ever get close to me again. And I highly doubt that there will be people to do that in a way that feels genuine. But that's beside the point. Now, I'm going off on a tangent here. But, I say this to say, in me making the decision to be like, all right, despite feeling like, girl, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to make this, you know, in the height of feeling like, I don't know, Feeling like public enemy number one when really I be trying to help the public recognize who the real enemies are. Um, but I'm just like, fuck it. This is my talent. This is my gift. This is something I always wanted to do. And somebody out there rocks with me and rocks with what I do. And there's a demographic for me. So I just have to keep pushing through until I find that. And yeah, and in me putting this newsletter together, I'm really looking at all the work that I've been putting in. And it's interesting when you see it, because when you're doing it, when you're in the journey, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna go to this event. All right, I booked this performance. Okay, I gotta get this together. I gotta put this, like this. I gotta put this outfit together. All right, I gotta get these products. And you're just doing the thing. And I get it. People say it's a journey and appreciate the journey, and I'm really trying to. I appreciate doing this work. It's just the outer noise that you know, is a distraction, but like I'm still grateful nonetheless. And I don't know. It's just like it's a lot sometimes. But in I say all this to say, in looking at all the things that I put together for the newsletter, it's a reminder. And I don't know, maybe it's something that I could probably enjoy. I was kind of dreading it, like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Mainly, you know what it is too? I dread things that I have to do that don't have templates. So if I haven't made the template or the blueprint and now I got to sit up here and figure out, like, all right, how am I going to design it? What is it going to look like? It's not that I dread it, but in my mind, I'm like, creatively, I don't want to have to do that. But now that the first one is out the way, well, I'm still working on it, but I have a sense of how I want to design it. And now that this first one is pretty much set, it gives me a clear idea of how I'll do the newsletters going forward. So it should be an easier process. And I'm actually looking forward to it because it's a reminder of all the work that I do and a reminder of how hard I've been working and the things that's not even included in the newsletter, like preparing for these things, right? So like the performances. I mean, y'all see with the live streams that I do weekly with the guitar practice and the vocal practices, even though I know to some degree I should be practicing more, but I am practicing. I'm still working. And I show up consistently. And not only that, but the things leading up to it. So even beyond doing the vocal practices and learning the songs and trying to get the lyrics down, but styling a look. And the night before my performance at the nursing home, I stayed up, literally almost pulled an all-nighter. I think I only got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep prepping for that performance. Um, and it reminds me of like, girl, this is why people get paid to do this, because just putting a show together, even though it's like, it's not easy, but it's like, it's not dreadful in a way because I enjoy it. I enjoy singing, I enjoy performing, but to put it together to the standard that I want it to be at, with setting up a table and having decor, making sure my sound bowls are there, my outfit is well put together, and all everything is done with intention, being organized with all the equipment. And it's like, yeah, I should be getting paid for this. And not saying that there's people out there that's not, but for a long time I had been performing for free, whether it's like just going to open mics or just like offering my services or just showing up spaces, and even not even just singing, but just in general with certain things that I would just show up to be helpful in somebody else's situation. And I'm like, people get paid to do this, and I'm sitting up here doing this shit for free. And bitch, I'm tired. And in like, not in a disrespectful way, but in like it really takes work and energy and time and thought into putting something together, especially creative, especially when I do it, you know um I think I mentioned this before in a live stream not too long ago, but back when I was in Down to Mars and we would do our like yearly performance around our birthdays or whatever, and it was called Aquarian Revolution. um, like, I know the title. And one of the shows, I was upset because I had a whole like planned out thing with the lighting that I wanted to do. and it didn't work out, but it was still a great performance nonetheless. But in my mind, that creative direction, brain was like, I had a vision of how this was supposed to be, and it did not come to be how I wanted it to be. Um, but little details like that. Like, I've always been a stickler for details and wanting a vibe, and being intentional about like having all the elements and not just like standing there singing the song. Like, the vibe of the room, the lighting, the songs, the set list and the transitions and all those things. Like, all that shit matters to me. And, for a long time I have been doing that without getting paid. And I've had, certain paid moments or whatever. Not that everything's about money, but like, it really takes time and energy to be an artist and to entertain people. And I feel like for a long time I struggled in really committing to it full time, because I knew it was something that I wanted to do. I knew, like, in my mind, like, I have the drive to be successful and the ambition. But I don't know, there was, I guess, this limiting idea that in my subconsciously in my mind that, like, it, I don't know, like, I guess being an entertainer isn't, I don't know how to describe this. Because I know it's not true, but I feel like subconsciously it was in my mind to think that, you know, there's more worthy professions of receiving compensation, and that entertainment might not necessarily be a need or a way to solve a problem in the world, like, say, if you were like a doctor or something like that. And I guess that kind of stems from that ideology that pretty much, I'm sure, if any artist came from an environment where you wanting to be an artist as a career path might not have been immediately supported. You've heard the, oh, why don't you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever? Or not even just that, but, or an engineer or something like that. Like, like, these are important roles or professions and occupations. And I think that might have stemmed from a conversation that I might have had with my dad years ago. Um, and like, it's interesting. Um, I'm not gonna get into another thought. I'll mention this another time, but not today. Just because it's a little too soon. But there's definitely moments in my youth where I remembered people in my family trying to persuade me away from music, or at least not persuade me away from music, but to not get my hopes up into thinking that this is something that I could do full time, and that I can make a living off of it. Now, I'm not there yet, but there are people who do make a living off of art. So I guess it might have stemmed from that. But I feel like even in those moments as a kid, I'm like, I hear you, but I'm going to be a singer. Like that's what I'm good at. I know this is my dream, and at some point in life I'm really going to pursue it. Like, I've always known that in my spirit, but for some odd reason I've always had this like subconscious limitation that, for whatever reason, that there would be a struggle for me to be compensated, or that it's a service that I should offer for free because maybe it's not that important. But then I'm like, at the same time, it's like, but I often say and know that music is a universal thing, and we all, like, what would a world be without music? And we all listen to music. We all love music. Even the people, even artists who hear, like, from their, family or parents or whatever, like, why do you want to be an artist? They don't make no money. You should be this, you should be that. Chances are those people like music. Like, we're like, okay, hold on. We all love music to some degree. Maybe not the same music, maybe different music. And, but there's a purpose for it. There's a place for music and entertainment. And I guess when I did my show at the rehabilitation center, because that wasn't the first time I performed at a center like that. I mean, I did like smaller stuff that might not have been as like formal in my mind, like when my mom was at a health center, well, at a different health center, um, every now and then I would perform for the patients there. But it wasn't like a thing that I booked or anything like that. I was just like, hey, like I was just want to perform for everybody, and it was like a cute like 20-minute, 30-minute type of thing. It was just like it was me offering music, and mainly because I wanted to be able to perform for my mom, and I felt like it was something nice to do for everybody there. But now I think this time around it was different because, again, it was a service that was provided and that I was compensated for. I made an invoice for it and set a price for it and was paid towards my company. And I guess it's different because it's like we official now. But not only just that, but knowing that this is a service. This is a service, and it has a purpose. Bars. And we all are fans of entertainment one way or another, whether it's watching sports, whether it's listening to music, whether it's watching movies, whether it's going to a play, going to see a ballet, going to an art show. We're all fans of entertainment and art and creativity one way or another. And everybody's taste may be a little different, but those things have value. Like taking a day to say, all right, I'm going to go to the ballet, you know, and sit and watch people who spent time training, and someone who designed the costumes, someone who designed the set, and the people who studied the moves, someone who choreographed the moves, someone who composed the music. Like it takes time and energy to do all of that work, and people pay to see that. People pay to go out and get dressed up and see like an hour show that might have taken months to prepare for. And I know this, but for whatever reason I just felt like it was a distant thing for me, subconsciously. I feel, because I know in my mind I'm like it's I don't know, for it's a what's the word, juxtaposing, or like a paradoxal thought. um because there's a big part of me that's confident in myself, that believes in myself, and knows that like I'm gonna make whatever my dream is, I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna do the work to be there. But then I don't know, there's that like a hidden part of me, I feel, that was the version of me that will offer that service for free a lot, and not really know how to decide what my price would be, and feel that I would be worthy of that price until I had a set up like a paid show. And it made me be like, okay, if this is a paid gig, girl, we need to give an outfit. It needs to give decor. We need equipment. We not just gonna play these songs off our phone. Like I'll set up my little laptop or whatever, even though I could play it off the phone, like, but I'm like, because I'm me and I'm the artist that I am, I'm like, nah, it has to give a vibe. There has to be sound bowls, crystals, like, all of those details. And I was always like that. Like even when we did Aquarian Revolution, the first one, we didn't charge people for that performance or anything. I mean, I paid some stuff, but but that's another conversation for another time. But those we could have been charging, you know what I mean? And not that it's about the money, but knowing it's about knowing your worth is essentially what I'm saying, what I'm getting at. And knowing that you're worthy of being compensated for your gift and your talent, and knowing that the work that you put into preparing for a show, deciding the set list, what you gonna wear, how you'll decorate the place, or whatever the case may be, like all of that work, that's work. That's work. And it's worthy of being compensated. It's worthy of being compensated, and and making a living, making a healthy living off of that. And no, it might not necessarily be engineering. It might not be that, but art is just as important. It's just as important of the as those things, you know and because what would our world be without it? Even people who shit on art like art. you know like, I don't know. It makes me think of a moment, actually, when what was it? I think it was Inspire 4 or something like that. Let me get the right information together. It was a docu series on Netflix about four humans going to space. And I forget what it's called. Inspiration 4. Yeah, okay, I knew I wasn't tripping. I hadn't watched it in a long time, right? Okay, Inspiration 4. It was like four civilians, regular humans, not regular, like they were prominent people in their own right, you know. And one guy was a pilot. Some there was somebody who I believe was a teacher or like worked at a hospital. Um, Another guy, he was like a family man. You know, there was someone else that was like an artist and a poet. He was a billionaire. No wonder. Okay. Okay, Jared. Okay, but he was a pilot though. I think. Okay, either way. Basically there were um four civilians that were picked to go to space. And I think it was like Elon's whole organization, SpaceX. They did it through SpaceX and was there. Now, I mean, they orbited the Earth a few times. I think that's how that worked. I don't know how many times, but they was up there orbiting. Okay, it wasn't like they were going to the space station or going to the moon or anything like that. Like they were orbiting space. I mean, orbiting Earth, and they would show different footage of them like just like hanging out in space. And it wasn't like it was any particular mission, like them like trying to be a botanist and growing plants in space. Like, no, they were like chilling. I mean, not chilling in space. No, I'm sure they were doing something. Like, I haven't watched it in a long time, so like bear with me in terms of the details. But it wasn't like it was such a uh what's the word? Like, it wasn't like they were trained scientists up there for a particular scientifical mission, essentially, is what I'm saying. And they were doing different things. And then they were doing broadcasts and showing different schools and stuff like that. And I think the whole idea was to kind of get people like normalized with the idea of regular civilians going to space, right? Because we saw that try almost happened with the Challenger, and God rest the souls of everyone on that mission. It wasn't a success, right? And so that whole idea became very like, ooh, I don't know. But this was, a big moment in space travel history, which I don't feel like enough people talk about. I mean, I know I'm a nerd for that stuff, but nobody really like discusses it. Anyway, so and there was this one clip of one of the four astronauts. Are they astronauts? They would be astronauts, right? And they were just like, playing music, painting, making art. And my dad kind of like scoffs at that. And I guess because his idea of, I don't know, being worthy to trek the stars is like, I don't know, maybe doing something more serious, like being an engineer or, working on a telescope or something like that. And for me, I guess my point in saying that and even referencing that is feeling like, okay, sure, they might not have been like a scientist up there, but in, art and stuff, and like, just regular things that we do on human, regular things that we do as humans on Earth were taking place while orbiting the planet. And there's a space for that. No pun intended. But why not make art in space? That's fucking dope, you know? And not only that, but everything doesn't have to be so fucking serious, essentially. There's a space for art, and art is important. It might not be something that requires, like 20 years of schooling for a degree. But and shout out to the people who spend 20 years in school for a degree. Shout out to those people, because like those professions are necessary too, but like art is also necessary. There's a space for art, and it is important in its own way, because we all enjoy art in our own way. Whether we watch TV shows and we watch movies, it takes time for someone to write a script. If it's a scripted television show, well, some reality TV might be scripted too, but content nonetheless, right? Art and content nonetheless, and everybody has their own taste in regards to that. But it takes a team to write a script, someone to direct it, to get a crew to film and be the actors, someone to do the costumes, someone to prep the cameras, someone to do the lighting, someone to edit the footage, and then there's the business people who package up the marketing and make sure the images are out in the flyers and the ads and everything like that to get people to go see this. And it's an experience. And although it might not be something as important as, I guess, well, no, it is important. It's just, it's different. It's important in different ways, because who wants to be so serious all the time? Why so serious? you know um it's important. We all have our own expressions of how we live life, and everybody loves music. Everybody loves music that identifies with who they are and that speaks the truth to their experience, or might maybe inspires them to where they want to be, or it's just music that they like. Like, for example, it might not be ideal that I would resonate with someone who makes rock music, but I love that shit. I love rock music. Now, is this something that I listen to every day? Not as often as I did when I was younger, but I love the genre, and it's a form of an expression. And especially depending on, and there you have your different sectors and all those things. I don't know. I'm getting into a tangent. This wasn't even what I was supposed to be doing. Y'all know I get into my tangents and my talks, but essentially, this stemmed from the idea. I don't know. I guess a few things, because it's Thanksgiving, and I chose not to spend time with family, and instead I chose to spend time working on my music career and my business, and just, I don't know, I guess that might have like triggered that in a way. But then also, like, reflecting on the work that I put into my newsletter and seeing how hard I've been working at this and just everything that I've been doing despite the hardships and the pressures and the like, I don't know, just like the little things. Hi, baby. And I know that coming into the realization of really like feeling and believing that I'm worthy of success in this space, And not only that, but I'm worthy of being compensated, and compensated in a way where I can pay my bills and eat well and be able to provide for my family doing this because I'm good at it and I care and I'm passionate and I don't just throw shit together with no intentions. Like, even if you want to take out the healing aspect of it with the affirmations and prayers and sound bowls and all of that, if you want to just talk about the art straight up, I'm intentional about making sure the art is damn good. And I might mess up and make mistakes here and there, but I show up. I do it with love. I do it with my heart and mind, and wanting to do a good job, and knowing that there's a place for entertainment and there's excitement with entertainment, especially if you're going through your regular everyday life and then music is out and you hear music, even something as simple as going Christmas shopping, and then say if there's music playing in the mall, and it might not necessarily be music that you listen to if somebody's playing classical music or something like that, but to have that form of entertainment. And most people stop and listen and stop and watch for a bit, and record on their phones, because as humans we all love art, we all appreciate art, and we especially appreciate people who are talented and put the work into it, and art that's beautiful. Angie, girl, it looked like you trying to jump up on my desk and I'm not with it. I don't mind you sitting with me, but Angie is here with me, y'all. I know y'all don't see her. I know my setup here is it's a lot going on. Okay, girl. I see you trying to inch towards my desk, baby. No. But yeah, there's a place for art. There's a place for art, and it's important. Art is important. So I guess, to make it a motivational moment, if you're an artist and you're creative in any way, and you ever have moments of doubt, or you're around people that might doubt you, but it's something that you know in your heart that it's something that you're supposed to do, man, do that shit. We need it. We need you on the planet to do your thing. And even if it's whack, even if that shit whack, all right, let me just say this. If your shit is whack right now, but you actually give a fuck about making it good, keep putting the work in until it gets good. But don't give up. Now, if you know your shit whack and you really don't care, and you just like, look, I'm just trying to make it come up, go sit down and figure out what your real gift is on the planet, and what you really supposed to be giving, and how you really supposed to be serving the humans, and move out the way so the other creatives out here that really care to do a good job can have that space. But if if you're in this season, because there was a point of time where I was whack. I mean, yeah, was, because bitch, I'm fly. But humbly, I try to be humble, y'all. No, it's just like confidence and really believing in myself. But there was a time where I didn't have the look put all the way together. I know I'm looking kind of, my noodles looking a little, I don't know, they doing their own thing right now. But I had to figure it out as an artist. I didn't always have the look and the aesthetics put together. Now I'm still working on it. I know there's ways that it can improve, and I feel like that's with more equipment and more access to equipment and the knowledge of how to use it. But regardless, I try to make fly stuff with what I got, and yeah, and I'm proud of where I am as an artist now, and it took me some time to get there. And I know that I wasn't always the best photographer. I know I wasn't always the best when it came to putting a look together. Like, I think years ago, it would be like hit or miss. There'd be moments where I'm like, okay, Rich, you kind of ate that. And then moments where it's like, that could have been better. Now I'm like, I know I have confidence that I could put something together. It's just a matter of how I want to express myself, because I know there's so many different sides to me and sides to my sense of fashion. um So I think that's the, I guess, the hurdle in a way, but it's not really a hurdle. It's just like I'm a multi-dimensional being, and it is expressed through my clothing. But it was with you. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm just holding this child right now. I'm like, Angie, I'm gonna need my hand for a moment, but I appreciate you cuddling with me. I'm thankful for you on this day of thanks, Angie. But okay. Yeah, so creatives, keep creating. Even if you feel like your shit ain't hot right now, keep growing, keep evolving. Identify the thing that makes it whack in your own eyes, not based on other people's opinions. But if you really look at your work and you like, all right, this didn't give what I wanted it to give, identify those things. Like maybe it was the fit, maybe it was the angles, maybe it was the edit of, if you're talking about visuals, maybe it was like the beat wasn't hot, maybe your reps or the cadence of your reps wasn't really giving. Really have the self-awareness to recognize, okay, what could have been better, and then just keep doing that work and don't give up and keep going, you know. I mean, at least that's what I feel has worked for me. I know it wasn't always a time where my visuals weren't all that great. I mean, look, even if when I look back to my old, even my old videos on my artist page, I cringe at, but I leave it up there to remind myself, like, look at the growth. But even in my like personal YouTube channel, um, I have my old like cover videos on there from like 10 years ago, back when I was in high school. Oh my God. 10 years ago. Ooh, bitch, you getting old. um, Seasoned. Not seasoned. Vintage. That's the word. That's the word for that. I'm getting vintage, y'all. um, but yeah, it's an interesting journey. And when I look at those videos, I'll be like, oh, girl, whew, child, we have grown. But anyway, um, anyway, I did not expect to get into this talk like this, um, you know, but anyway, let's get back to the newsletter. Okay, so I'm just gonna share this screen. I'm not gonna go back and forth and all that. So I'm just like looking at everything and I'm just like, wow, Nerisse, you really did that. So what I was kind of doing before I went back on live was like rearranging this a bit. And so I was organizing this in sections. So I have like performances, I have my open mic that I did last month, the rehabilitation center performance, and I have my table and my decor and everything kind of set up. I mean, it looked better in person, but honestly, it was really, if I had my other camera angle, it would have been better. It would have looked better how I envisioned it. And then we have the cafe improv performance, my first televised performance, y'all. Um, and then um, and then I have like announcements, I guess, because I think I had that written down over here, right? Yeah, announcements, or yeah, and I guess the announcement of last month was the 7th anniversary to the I Got You EP, and then as we casually slide to the next parts, darling, new content without you, because that was like the next project or creative thing that I did at that time. And we got the audio, the lyric video, and then also the live streams, because we did the live streams, the full behind the scenes process of recording the song, filming it, editing the film, engineering the audio, making the cover photo, and putting it out there in a week. I think we did that in a week, just about. And I primarily like promoted it on Threads. I don't know. It just it felt like that platform was the easiest for me to do. I still have pictures from the shoot that I haven't edited, and I had an idea to use those pictures for something. Um, so we'll see. I might work on that tomorrow, possibly actually, if I can get this done. That might be a thing to do tomorrow. Hmm. And you know what else I'm thinking about too? I want to like kind of get into AI. I know that's like a hot topic these days and everybody's talking about it and people have been for like the past year or so like really getting into the AI generated images. I haven't really gotten into that stuff. Like I hear about it and I see it, but I haven't really delved too far into the world of Chat GPT. But I see the things that I feel like I've been struggling with designing everything on my own, and especially doing animated imaging. You know what? I feel like AI might have to be my new best friend because I really be trying to give these humans a chance, and now it's making me think in regards to like my animated logo for Third Eye Visions. I'm like, child, I could just do an AI image, and you know what? And I understand the concern for that. Um, because I think of my dad and his whole thing about being against doing self checkout, and he intentionally goes to check out, or like if he's at a grocery store or something like that, with a human because it's keeping people's jobs. And I'm like, I would be all for that. I would be all for supporting keeping these humans jobs if some of these humans wasn't giving me such a hard fucking time, you know. Then at this point I'm like, take the fucking job then, robots, because these humans be aggravating. um it's like, nah, everybody deserves a chance. Here I am talking about compensation and all these things. I mean, look, I do think people are worthy of compensation, especially as an artist, and art is worthy of that. But like it just sucks when you try to give people that chance, and and it's I don't know. There was a season of time where I was just, you know, I felt like I needed so many different people to be a part of a thing, like especially the just wanna video, like hiring so many different people, making sure people was paid, and making sure people ate and all these things because I care about stuff like that and I want to make sure people are taken care of when they're working with me. But it's frustrating when you're working with people who don't regard you in that same way of caring for you as an artist, and it's frustrating when especially when you're that type of person to do that. And then ultimately I figured out a way to film and direct and edit myself, hence the divine video that will come out whenever it does, and hence the without you video. So and now that we have AI, like I'll mess around with it and see what I can do, because I was thinking about doing like merch and stuff, and I have different like creative ideas that I wanted to do with animation, but I'm not an animator. I used to know an animator, but I don't speak to that human anymore. So so I was just like, well, I guess animation art is out the window. But we got robots now, so that might have to be a thing. So I don't know. Maybe AI could work in my favor, especially in this season of me just feeling like I have to do everything by myself and learn how to do everything. And maybe like I don't have to. I can just get AI to help me. So maybe, you know, maybe that might have to be a thing. So anyway, so yeah, we got without you content, literally, um, and and then the songs that we added on SoundCloud. I feel like this should be centered. Yeah, I'm looking at this like something feels off about this. Yeah, let's bring this to the middle. Okay, so we got performances, next, we have announcements, new content. Okay, my thing is I want to make this larger. Like I want to change the font. I know that's not it. It's like I don't know. I feel like there has to be. This just spaces the words out, and I don't want the words to be spaced out. I want. And then when I tried to change the font size, oh, excuse me. Ooh, the bee lady. She's a clever one. Um. Okay, so I just want to center these new products. I'm like, why is this in all caps? Okay. I'm like, do I want to center this? Nah, I feel like I don't mind this being off to the side here. I mainly want to center the like sections. I don't know. Actually, I feel like nah, this should be centered. Like they're within one section, but the sections are separated by the lines, right? All right. Then I'll write that there, and then end with a positive note, and then I don't think I need this button. Mm, mm. All right. Okay, so we got one guitar performance, two. Like making it work. And you know what else too? For a long time, I felt nervous about performing on my own, especially songs that I don't play guitar for, which would lean more into R&B. Like, I mean, I could do some R&B songs on guitar, but more like the soul songs or like more of the modern music that I would want to perform. And I'm like, how am I gonna do this? Like, am I just gonna hook up a laptop and play? And it's like, literally, yes. Yeah, exactly that, you know? And because in my mind, I feel like, damn, I need a band. I need somebody on drums. I need a pianist. I need, and like, I mind you, I know people who play instruments. I've just been in a space where I've been hesitant on reaching out to people and asking for help because I'm just so jaded from previous situations. I don't know. I might have to face that fear though. Um, yeah, I might just have to do that and reach out to some folks. I don't know. We shall see. Because I mean, at some point, I'm going to need a band. Like that's gonna have to happen at some point down the line. Um. So yeah, but I don't know. But you know, it's really annoying when people ask me, "Oh, are you a part of a band?" But do you see anybody else over here? No, like respectfully. But people be like, "Oh my gosh, your music is so good. Are you in a band?" Bitch, you know I'm not in no motherfucking band. Why you asking me dumb motherfucker? And I know what y'all getting at. I know what you're getting at. And no, solo, boo. Okay. Anyway, even Angie objects. She's like, keep asking these same questions and y'all gonna get scratched. Okay. Respectfully. All right. I keep like scrolling because like in my mind I'm like just trying to see if everything looks fluid and cohesive. Oh, you know what? I should add I literally just had this here for the picture, but the digital download, that's a thing too. Divine EP. Angelina. Okay, y'all can hear her. Like my goodness. Hold on. Can you cut it out, please? Girl. Move. Okay. Okay, because I literally only had this up here for the picture. But I'm like, oh yeah, I could say we have the digital download. But actually, I feel like this makes sense to be like right under the title. So then if I do that way, then I gotta do it like this. Okay, so Divine EP digital download, Divine EP purple CD, Divine EP limited edition flash drive, Divine EP flash drives. Okay, I don't need that here. Okay, flash drive includes P, cover and track list photo, lyric book, exclusive photos, blah 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 blah. This is the longest paragraph because I mean it's a lot that goes into these flash drives. You know what I'm saying? Okay, spiritual supplies. I think this is self-explanatory. I don't really need to explain this, or maybe I do. Maybe like okay, do I have enough? Because child, my thing was telling me like you can't add no more sections. And I'm like, damn, I have that many sections. Okay, you know what? I feel like this should be centered. Um, okay. See, there it is. It's like, yeah, girl, you got too much going on here. All right, let's delete this section because I don't think I need that. But I think, yeah, just because I don't like how this image looks like this, just because it's not a horizontal image. So, what the fuck? Uh, okay, then I guess new content. Without you. Or not new content. I'll say new music. And then this, I can take that out. Is that the same size as this? Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. I just realized about that number. Oh, that's funny. Cause look, I know y'all like to be talking to numbers and shit like that. That is number. That's a number I really don't be thinking about in more ways than one. But I mean, since y'all want a bitch to think about it, here's this song. Go listen to it. You know, I kind of wish this was in boxes, like, so people would realize what section this is. Mm, I don't want to say because Palo Santo isn't a herb; it's wood. I guess. Can this shit move out the fucking way so I can see what the fuck I'm typing? Eh. Okay. All right, you know what? This kind of looks a little petty. When we smiling with the business card, like this is a picture that I will hold up though. Um, no, like I kind of looking like that. Like that wasn't the intention though. It's just I was really excited about my business cards. Like, but like in terms of pictures on here that I'm holding up. But you know, it don't matter. I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't. So, you know, whatever. Ah, Lord. Anyway. All right. I mean, like, I feel like this is good. What else do I need to add on here? All right, so I got the spiritual supply stuff. Okay, discount. Oh yeah. So okay. Okay, so now I'm looking up the discount. Trying to figure out what the fuck that shit is. There we go. It's a catchy melody. You know what? I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. All right, here we go. Found the discount. Ah, shit. I meant to paste. All right. So, uh, oh, that's how you do that? That's not what I wanted to do. I literally just wanted the asterisk there. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna change this picture just because I'm like I don't want this to look too petty because that's not my intention. You know, this be like the synopsis of my life. Should be looking petty when I really don't be trying to. It just that's how a cookie crumble. But you know, everybody be looking into the deeper meanings of things these days and reading things with numbers and all this bullshit. So I'm like, Law, let me just not let me intentionally try to avoid what could be presumed. But part of me is feeling like, man, fuck that. Because like I like I usually don't smile in pictures, and I feel good about that picture because I was really proud of my business card. And I think all my pictures, all these pictures I'm smiling. And the ones where I'm not, I don't like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'll let people presume whatever they want to presume. Okay. All right. So there's that element. Okay. Angie. Angie. Hold on, y'all. Can you cut it out? What you want? I just gave you food not too long ago. What you want, Angie? Girl, here. Leave me alone. All right, go ahead. Enjoy. All right. Angie, slow down. Okay, so that's the thing. I was thinking about changing the times for live stream. Angie, don't do that. Angie. Oh my God. She's getting on my nerves. What, Angie? I'm like, what's up now? I'm like, should I link this? I mean, I guess. Why not? That's funny. You need a barber? I'll be a barber. Okay. I don't think I spelled that right. Yeah. Okay. That's- Only because I said that twice. Okay. Okay. Mm, okay, thanks. Okay. Oh, damn. I wonder if I have there's a particular gift that I'm thinking of. I don't know if I have it on here though. It's not really a picture, but it's a gift. don't know if I have it on here. I don't know if I have it on this website. That's my only thing. Um, okay, let me see if I have it on my hard drive. Probably. Okay, yeah, I do. All right, so let's. I just want to add that there'd be a cute little element because I'm like I need a picture for the bottom portion. Okay. All right. I'm going to. I don't know. I feel like the images could be just a little bit bigger, or maybe if I do this. Okay. Okay. Actually, this could go with that. Okay. Or maybe I might just add one more picture. All right. Yeah, because technically every section would have an image here. I love it. That cover photo every chance I get. Okay. Yeah, shout out to this gift. I haven't used it in a while. But okay. I think here I think I want to add like one more image. I mean, I guess I could add the merchandise. I mean the merch, like the hoodies and stuff like that or whatever. Um, mm, really, in none of these images. Okay, I think this I can just pull from Pinterest. I guess I just kind of want to use a symbol. Okay, so I mean y'all see me right now, but I'm looking on Pinterest for for an image. I'm like these hands have to be black. Oh, I like this one. Well, that looks kind of creepy. All right, I kind of like this one. I don't know if I like it coming up the flowers. I don't know. Like I like this one, but I don't know if I want to use that one. Oh fuck it. I like this image. Oh, is this an artist? Oh shit. Henry Matisse. Is that this person? Oh, what are the odds? I think I've seen this person's work before. All right, you know what? You know what? What if? Okay, let's go to. Let's try out AI real quick. All right, so we're gonna try our hand, no pun intended, at at AI. So I wanted to do like a prayer hand for that image during in like the blessing section of the newsletter. And I noticed like it was other people's art. Um yeah, okay. Why not? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna screenshot this process with y'all. We're trying our hand at an AI generator. It's my first time really. I mean, I did it before on my phone, but like I didn't really like how it came out before. So let's see. I'm looking at the gallery. I kind of like this style. So let's see. What unsafe content? Oh, I said. What? So you telling me I can't generate it? All right, then I need to find another one then. Cause what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god. That's the only thing they came up with. Oh, there we go. Mm. But you know what? I think this is good right here. Shit. I'm like, I don't think this belongs to an artist or anything. I'm like, good old Pinterest. All right, actually, I'm gonna make sure this is in my drive. I'm gonna just save it here for now. Okay. All right. That's cool. Oh, y'all didn't see that process. Oh, this is kind of creepy. Yeah, I was not satisfied with the generated images. I would show y'all, but it's not even worth it. um, yeah, I just found something off of Pinterest that didn't belong to an artist, I'm assuming. I saw one that I really liked, but I saw it was an artist one, and it was like artwork that they were charging for. And I'm like, if I wasn't on a budget, I would totally be down to support it. But I'm just like, look, let me just get something that's not. Um, okay. Actually, I feel like this should move up because I feel like the Palo Santo, that vibe being right before the prayer would make sense. Okay. Yeah, so we got the performance stuff. We got the announcement for the um I'm like, I got a lot of stuff on SoundCloud. Okay, here we go. I think this is cool. Okay, and I don't need two of these. Oh, actually, but this does need to go up though. Okay. All right. I think this might actually be done. Um. Nope. Okay. I got literally maxed out as many sections as I can add to one email. Crazy. Um. Okay. I'm like, this being right here is just so chaotic. I'm like, I'll just like move this up to break it up a little bit, just so I'm not like super problematic. But I am anyway. Oh shit. I need a. Okay. Just to ease it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking about adding. Oh, I can't add shit else. So that's it. Okay. Yeah, and this is new products. So hoodies and all that shit already been there. Okay. All right. I think the last element is just adding all the links. Okay, so we got performances. Well, I'll say mine. Yeah, I think next week. I'm probably gonna start it next week. We'll say December. Give people some time. All right. So, all right, that's gonna be an official thing. By the way, um, Tuesday and Wednesday, guitar and vocal practice is gonna start. Is gonna be moved to starting at 5 p.m. Because I need time. I mentioned that before. Like I need extra time to wind down after those live streams, and it's not helping my goal of trying to wake up earlier and going to bed earlier. I already struggle. Even when I don't live stream, I already struggle going to bed earlier. But me ending my live streams later doesn't help. And eventually, I do want to get to a point where my live streams practices could be like anywhere between 3 to 4 hours. It's going to be a lot, but like I need to. I mean, that's rehearsals are usually longer than that. When you're really doing this full time, I know rehearsals go, can be a full shift. So I at least want to get to a point where my guitar and vocal practices are at least 4 hours. That's the goal. I'll work my way there, but in order for me to do that, I can't start at 7 p.m. Because if I start at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I'd be ending at 11. And then that, like, I still need time to, turn everything off, move my desk, you know, usually I like a little snack, or if I'm hungry, probably have my like dinner at that point. And, like I just need time to get myself together before going to bed. And, I'm trying to go to bed earlier. So I think maybe starting at 5. So maybe 5. Okay, if I start at 5 and do 4 hours, I can at least end around 9 o'clock. And I think that should be enough time for me to wind down and, and get that routine going. So, okay. 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 Yeah, so let me just make that noted. It just so happens that my practices be falling on people's birthdays. I'm like, look, it's not intentional. It's just I feel like astrologically I try to be intentional about the days, like what's happening. You know, Tuesday is the day of Mars, which is known for action, masculine energy, and I felt like that was a good day for me to practice guitar practice because even though it's not an action thing, I feel like it's that'd be more of like a oh I'm working out type of day. Um, but guitar practice is a physical thing that I'm trying to build. And then with Wednesday, that's Mercury, a day of communication, and like resonates with the throat chakra. And so I felt like that was a better day for me to do vocal practice in terms of the planets. So yeah, this is all very interesting. Okay. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Now, the last thing that I would have to do is add the hyperlinks on here. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just not. I'm going to wind down. I was going to like watch a few movies. That was my plan for the day. I was going to chill and watch some movies, and I didn't. And I did want to do some office work. This wasn't on my list to do, but it was something that needed to be done that was on my list to do like last week that I never got done. So, and everything else that I was trying to work on, I ended up not doing. Um, okay. Oh yeah, I gotta pay my credit card bill. That's what I gotta do. Okay, yeah. So I'm about to get off of here. Tomorrow I'm gonna All right, actually, let me add that to the list. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna do that just yet. Well, I should. I should. All right, actually, Lila, this is what we're gonna do. Let me just make this in order of things that would make the most sense. For one, do our workout. Tomorrow's gonna be leg day. Speaking of working out, and then 40. Okay, so we gotta work out. Then Yeah, because I'm like, that needs to get done expeditiously. All right, now that I have a little bit more structure in terms of what I'm doing, like we got products, we got performances, we got our weekly live streams. I think the thing that I need to um, get more consistent with is social media. But now that I have a structure in terms of like the things that I do to keep this ship running, like booking performances, constantly practicing, and usually having practices align with the performance that I have coming up, pushing the products and the email list. So now I actually, I've been screaming about this email list. It's like, okay, what's the point of an email list if we're not going to send out newsletters? So now I have somewhat of a structure for that. Now, and we're gearing up towards the end of the month. So I need to do like an inventory check. Um, so let me put that on the calendar. I think that's what I'll do on Monday. All right, so Monday we'll do inventory, or at least I'll try to. Not I'll try to, no. But sometimes I'll have tasks, and depending on how long a certain task takes, certain things might get bumped to the next day. But I'm gonna have it on here, so at least by the end of the month, inventory is done. Inventory, guitar practice, 7 p.m. And then starting in December, my practices will be um, at a different time, at 5 p.m. Eastern time. All right, and then we'll do inventory because we should do that monthly for now until we get more products, and then it would make more sense for us to do at a different um, speed. Okay, but what I need to do today or tomorrow rather, I don't know if I'm gonna do this task. I should have did this today, but my focus was around the newsletter. I'll turn emails, but also actually no, I'll wait to do this. Part of me wants to do it now. I'm not gonna lie. So my day tomorrow would be a little easier. All right. So those are the email lists. All right, workout. All right, so I have my workout. Oh yeah, and that was another thing I was saying. Like, even with all the work that I'm doing here, like I've been working out too, and like I think I already mentioned this, but getting back into working out more consistently. And I fell off last week, I'm not gonna lie, but when I got back on the elliptical, which I think is what it's called, um I have been on the elliptical for at least 40 minutes. And I think back to when I started, what, last month, or like a few weeks ago. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it for 20 minutes. And the first few times I would like go and then stop and slow down and then pick up again. And now I'm on the elliptical for 40 minutes straight, no stopping, you know. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not like it's fun. Like I'll be on there like, oh my god, I'm ready for this shit to be over. I got 20 more minutes. Oh my god. I don't enjoy it, but it's the discipline. It's and I think I'm in the mindset now, like, ugh, I don't feel like doing it, so let me go do that shit. It's like, damn, I don't feel like working out. Shit, let's do it. And it's like, and even with like, I notice I'm doing that more with my guitar practices, especially guitar practice because I'll be over it. And I'm like, ugh, I only practice for 2 hours. I really don't feel like doing this for another hour, but fuck it, let's go. And I'm pretty sure I've even said it in one of my practices. I'm just like, should I end it here? Like, even with Agua do Marco or Les Eaux de Mar, I was like, I'll just work on these chords. But I was like, nah, I should brush up on the new chords that I learned last time. I'm only doing my comfort zone. And I get into a habit of that, like learning something and then that being the only thing that I know and constantly playing that or practicing that. But it's like, okay, what's the next part that you don't know, Nerys? Like, keep adding on and keep learning the thing. And I think I did a good job of that this weekend with vocal practice because I was surprised that I learned as much as I did. Granted, I didn't go in there with expectations like I'm going to learn this many paragraphs. I learned the first two parts. And even when I was on the elliptical earlier today, I was trying to memorize, like when I was doing the practice last night, I memorized it without looking at the words. And then I was trying to remember it this morning and I like forgot because I literally just started learning the song yesterday. So I was like, okay, let me listen to it while I'm on the elliptical. Actually, I was going to listen to like motivational stuff and just switch up what I was listening to, but then I got into the mode of like wanting to sing the song again. So I'm over here singing in French on the elliptical, and mind you, I'm like towards the end of the phrases, I'm like running out of breath. But I mean, I should be doing that anyway, right? Because the whole point of me even using that is one, not only to work out but to build endurance. But I should be at least practicing some type of vocal exercise while working out so I can work up that stamina while performing. Even though right now my performances don't really give anything that would require that much breath control and I guess physical energy, but later on down the line it will. And when I do give that, I want to make sure I'm prepared and I'm keeping my body right. I'm eating healthy. I have like my set meals, um, and I'm working out. I'm really focused, and I feel like right now where I can be doing better is my the structure of my routines because I feel like sometimes I like lose track of time in between tasks. So things are getting done. Like I'm getting up, doing my stretch, doing my workout, getting on the elliptical, eating my breakfast, and all those things. But sometimes I'll like chill in between, especially. I'm not going to get into details, but I do chill in between. And I think what I want to work at is like making sure I'm fluid throughout the task. Like, all right, focus on getting this done and getting it done and not taking so many like stops in between. Cause I think that's what takes up so much time for me. And then, the time in between me doing that routine and getting dressed and everything for the day. And then like, well, I mean, it's not like I'm not doing anything. I'll post on social media around that time or I'll like organize content before getting on live stream. But I should be I want to have more structure in terms of the time zones that those things happen, so I have more time, or I want to have time set for social media to do my post and then do a watch me work and then go into a practice, especially since I'm working on moving practice earlier. So if I'm moving practice earlier, then that means I definitely have to move everything else earlier. But I'm thinking me moving practice earlier will help me get my night routine in order for me to wake up earlier and get my morning routine going. Like I have the habits down pat. I just need to master the time management of it to make sure I'm doing those habits at a timely manner to get the work done in between. And then with the thing with social media, I usually just post when I have days that I'm doing the practices, and then maybe random days throughout the week. I built a structure of the types of content that I want to post throughout the week. I just haven't mastered actually doing it yet. And I know they say batch create and then, have all that ready. So I need to, now that I'm looking at my planner, saying this out loud, um, I just need to figure out a day where I can do that. So hold on. Today's Thursday. Okay. All right. This is okay. I'm talking to y'all, and I know I'm like a little box on the screen. And we're just looking at images of me right now. Um, but yeah. So yeah. Okay. So we got a gift from here. We got the spiritual supplies. Yeah, I think this is a good newsletter. It's a long email, but I mean, like I don't know. I think I'd be interested in this. Okay, here we got the weekly live streams. Yeah, spiritual supplies. Yeah, I think the spiritual supplies right before the blessing to give thanks. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So I'm not doing the hyperlinks right now because there's too many fucking pictures. And then not only that, I want to do the hyperlinks for the pictures as well as the words too. So you can either click on the word like without you lyric video, click on the word and then it links to the video or the picture. I want it to be both. And I'm not doing that right now. So that'll be tomorrow's task. Okay. Okay. This might take. That shouldn't take me too long. I feel like most of the links is on the website and whatever. Okay. And then what else was I thinking about? And then okay. All right. So I said inventory, and then who else? I said something about something a moment ago. I think something about working out, shifting things earlier through the day. Um, Social media, taking time to work on social media. Okay. Okay. Inventory shouldn't take me too long. I don't think. I'll give myself like an hour for that. Um, I'll give myself like I'll give myself a decent amount of time to do this. Let's say 3 hours. Time myself. All right, that's what I need to do. I really want to test that out and really like batch create the content. And so even if y'all, the hackers, watch me batch create my content, y'all better engage with my shit when I fucking post it. Not respectfully. I mean, I'm saying that not respectfully, but y'all better engage respectfully. Okay? If y'all gonna sit up here and watch me put in all this fucking work. Respectfully. All right. So I'm trying to organize my life based on all the things that needs to get done. Yeah, I'm not gonna put too many tasks because whatever might not get done this day, I'll give myself time to do. Yeah. Okay, let's do 2 hours of that. All right. Okay, I think I got the main tasks of things that I want to do. All right. So yeah, I was saying about structure. I feel like for once in my life, I feel like okay, I'm building the structure of this company. Shout out to being 1122. Um, in terms of all the things that I have to do, and one of the things that I think really helped was the I mentioned it in a live stream, which I usually do, always repeating myself. Um, this video that I watched from damn, what's that YouTube channel called? Um, I forget what it's called. It's like um okay, other record labels. That's what it's called. The YouTube channel. Be Your Own Record Label video. It's a 2023 guide for indie musicians. On there, he breaks down like the structure when it comes to. All right, I'm just gonna disconnect that because I'm pretty much done with the newsletter for now for tonight. He structures on there the types of content that you want to be creating and how frequent. And usually, the higher the quality, the less frequent it is. So, say if you're putting out music like a song or in a video and stuff like that, or like an official release as an artist, that maybe that's something that happens quarterly. Um, if you're performing, that's like a monthly thing. Newsletters, that's a monthly thing. Something that might be a little bit more like weekly or whatever, more frequent than that. And then like something daily would be social media posts and that type of thing. And I was like, this is what I needed. That was everything that I needed. Cause let me tell you, I'm like my mic isn't in the shot and I'm trying to get my background not in here as much. Okay. But that was what I needed. And I was like, yes, okay, that makes so much sense. And for me, my structure right now is like my daily would be social media. My weekly is the live streams. So it's not like an official performance, but you guys get to see me work through the songs and my watch me works. Those are like, I guess that would kind of maybe it was daily at one point when I was getting started with this whole live streaming thing. Um, but that's become like a weekly thing. It might go back to being somewhat daily because it's not like content. It's not like you're watching me like it's not musical or creative. It's like business. But it's content nonetheless. And so that's anywhere between like weekly to daily type of thing. And then monthly for me would be like performance posts. If I do like a cover video, um yeah, performances and my newsletter, those would probably fall in the lines of things that will probably you'll get from me monthly. um and I guess performances, I mean it wouldn't be necessarily monthly, but say maybe you might see me perform like, I don't know, 1 2 3 times a month, and for now until things pick up and we have a better, until we grow and there's a bigger structure. And then in terms of like the official music, who knows when that'll come out. However, but something that I do want to start implementing once I master social media, um, and the balance of preparing for performances, I do want to create more visual content. I know what the last thing I did was Without You, which was audio, visual, and I kind of want to do something that's going to push me to practicing audio engineering because I realized even with the audio to Without You, there's like this buzzing noise in the verse, and I'm like, it bothers me, and I'm like, shit. But that's good for me to know. It was my first time really pushing myself to get into like mixing my audio. So I'm learning that. And then, but I have to do more projects like that to really push that skill. So we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I know I haven't done like a cover video. I feel like I haven't done a cover video in forever because that song is technically an original. So, you know, but I do want to put content out like that, like monthly, possibly, or maybe every other month or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And eventually get back into the swing of making original songs. Like, I mean, like I've been writing. I've always been writing. There's hella songs, and for me, music is I have to piece it together like puzzle pieces and figure out like, okay, that line goes with that verse that I wrote, forever ago, and finding the sonics for it. But that's we'll get there later. But for now, I think my main thing is building the structure of everything that I have to do on a creative side and a business side, and prepping for performances and building up my stamina, getting my skills up. Yeah, like building my skills, getting my structure together, getting more consistent with everything. I mean, I have been pretty consistent. I want my structure to be like on point. Like I get up at this time, this gets done, then we do watch me works, then rehearsals, and oh, we got a performance coming up. We're booked a few months out in advance, so I know exactly what's happening within the next few months. Eventually I'm gonna get to that point. But right now I think I'm just like I'm building the blueprints of everything, like the blueprints of the content that's gonna come out, um, what I do on live stream, putting this newsletter together, having inventory for the products, like that being a monthly thing. That's not really content, but that's like a monthly task, operational task that I'll have to do. And building I'm building the structure of the business, essentially building the structure of the business, and then my creative outlets in terms of the content that's going to come out. And I feel like I'm getting somewhere here. I feel like I'm getting to a point where it's like, all right, I know what I'm doing. And then from there I can add different things like, you know what? I'm in the mood for doing a cover video. Let's shoot a cover video. And in me doing Without You, it kind of gave me a gauge of how long that takes for me to do. So then again, I had already had the song written in my head before I recorded it. But if I'm doing a cover video, I don't have to worry about that unless I feel like freestyling or something like that. But it took me about a week to put that together, to record it, film while I'm recording, do the pictures, tweak the song, edit, um, put the lyric video together, do engineer the song, all of those things. So it took me about a week to do all of that. I don't know if that's going to be the same process for every song, because some songs might require me to take a little bit longer. But I do want to get to a space where I'm like, okay, I I know how long it's going to take, or what it takes for me to put out audio, visual, and promote on social media, that type of thing. So I'm really excited. I'm excited about this thing coming together and me feeling organized. Like, and even when I did my performance, I had a checklist of all my equipment and everything that I brought with me, even to my outfit. Like, because I switched shoes, like I had flats when I got there. So when I set up everything, I didn't have to worry about like doing everything in heels and like carrying stuff out the car, whatever the case may be. And then I switched to my heels when I performed. But I wanted to make sure I tracked everything, all my products and equipment, and the tripods, the phone, the camera, the table, the wires, like everything. And I knew how I packaged everything and how I took everything out and whatnot when I got there, in the process when I left. So I made sure I didn't leave anything, I didn't forget anything. So everything was organized to a T. Okay. So I'm pretty excited about my structure and how I'm putting everything together. Like I'm really on my shit, you know. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good about this, and I feel like it's come a long way, and I'm proud of myself for still being here and seeing it through to this point. And I know there's more to do, more to learn, but I'm proud of what I was able to build and accomplish so far. And like, yeah, I feel like things are coming together. It's coming together, and I'm feeling pretty good. And yeah. And you know what? I was thinking too about Les Eaux de Mar. It's not a song that like is mandatory for me to do. I know like there's this I can feel the vibes when it comes to like, this whole like national anthem thing. Like yeah, I'm gonna get there and I know that's probably a good move to make, but I don't want to lose the fun in this too. Like I do enjoy the business side of things and like designing the business card and putting the website together and even like the newsletter. The only thing about the newsletter I was really dreading was building the structure for it and figuring out like, okay, how am I going to do it and how is it going to make sense for me. But now that I pretty much have an idea of the template, and I already had like brainstormed what I wanted to include, like an announcement, the performances, products, the content, new music, that type of thing. Like I knew the categories that I wanted to include, but I was just unsure of how I was going to design it. But now that I have the structure set, I feel like going forward newsletters should be fairly easy. And I enjoy that work, but I don't want to lose the fun in this. I don't want it to be like, I have to make the newsletter. Oh my God, I have to do this song. I have to prepare for this, so it was it was random, not random, but like it was a Portuguese song that I really like. Well, Agua de Marco is the Portuguese version. So in learning the guitar, I'm like, well, I do have to eventually learn the lyrics too, right? So I intentionally chose that to perform for vocal practice Wednesday because I want to have fun in this. Since I already y'all be getting on my nerves with all these little shenanigans and the things that come up in the midst of performing and dealing with other people in the business side of things. Like I don't want to lose the fun in being an artist and being a creative. And I feel like for a period of time I was doing that, and I really had fun. Like not only getting back into French, but really learning the song and getting it down and being excited about getting it down, like each line by line, and then memorizing it. I don't know if I have it memorized now. Do I? Un pas, une pierre, un chemin que chemin, un reste d'origine. C'est un peu sur la terre, c'est un île à duvet, c'est la ville et soleil, c'est l'amour les sommets, c'est un piège, un travers, un arbre millénaire, un nœud dans le bois, c'est un chat qui aboie, c'est un oiseau d'aller. Oh, what's after that? C'est un train qui pourrit, c'est la neige qui fait, la mystère parfait, les promesses de vie. Okay, all right. And mind you, I practiced it earlier today, but there was a little hiccups in there. But like, shout out to me memorizing that so far. Those are only the first two paragraphs or sections or parts or whatever, right? But I was enjoying it. I had fun. Like getting back into French, learning a song that I really liked. And there was no pressure. It's not like I have a Parisian gig and I have to know this song and I'm being compensated this amount of money for me to learn this particular song. Like, no, I wanted to learn the song. And it's a challenge. And not only that, it's a challenge because it's in a different language, but I love the language. And the guitar part is challenging too. And it's probably one of the more harder songs that I've ever attempted because there's so many different chords. But I like the song and I'm having fun in that process. And I feel like I've been so caught up in this work and being in this grind and being in this space of motivation and being in this space of like constantly feeling like I'm fighting the world and defending myself and just trying to fight for my space in this planet and fight for my respect and my integrity. But and all of those things are important, but like so is having fun, so is enjoying the process. And I don't want to just do this because it's like I'm good at singing and I love music and this and that. Like I want to do it because it's fun for me to do music. I enjoy singing, I enjoy performing, and I want to have fun. And I know there's things that come up and there's hiccups and people who might not receive you or accept you, and that's fine, whatever. But I don't want to lose the fun in what I love to do. And I had fun learning that song. Okay, I want to try it again because I'm kind of I put myself on the spot doing that just now, and I was like, okay, hold on, I feel like I know it. Um, un pas, une pierre, un chemin que chemin, un reste de signes, c'est un peu solitaire, c'est un aile à duvet, c'est la ville est scellée, c'est l'amour le sommet, c'est un piège entravé, un homme, un arbre millionnaire, un nœud dans le bois, c'est un chat qui aboie, c'est un oiseau de lait, c'est un... Ah, shit. C'est un train qui pourrit, c'est la neige qui fond, la mystère est parfait, les promesses de vie. All right, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get to a point where I can just do it, and it's not even a thought. But it's getting there though. Um, but I'm proud that I even like have it in my brain. So so yeah, shout out to that. But yeah, all right, I'm done talking on here. It is late. It is what, on hour 3 now, and I'm tired. I'm tired. Angie is sleeping, but I'm sure she will want to cuddle at some point. So, I'm gonna get out of here off this live um stream, and I don't know. You know what? My prayer for the end of the night will be what I wrote in the live. I mean, in the newsletter. So I put a blessing of thanks because it is Thanksgiving. And so I will share it with those who are listening to the live stream. So it goes something like this: I send a blessing of love, happiness, good health, prosperity, success, laughter, joy, protection, and peace of mind in your life. May troubles, worries, and concerns be handled with ease and eradicated. I hope your ambitions, goals, aspirations, and passion projects manifest in the best way for you to receive them with gratitude and happiness, along with the skills and the mindset to maintain the blessing. I pray that your mind, body, and soul be elevated to the highest vibration and divinely protected through your journey in life. So it is, so it will be. Thank you for what has already been. Amen. Amin Ashe. Thank you guys, whoever have popped in on the live stream. Oh shit, we got people on Kick. Okay. Hey Kick folks. Um, Okay, but you know what? Some of these names are looking fraudulent. So I don't know how organic this is. Um but I mean there's some people watching though. But hey, um that's a surprise to me. And not one person coming in on YouTube. Y'all be getting on my nerves joining at the very end. Anyway, God bless you all. Have a good night. Thank you for those who watched the process. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're inspired in any way, whatever your passion projects and aspirations may be. God bless you. I hope you all had a beautiful and blessed Thanksgiving. If not, I wish that you had a better holiday season. Much love and abundance and gratitude to you all. God bless and good night.